Israelis are continuing to be moved into West Bank settlements, angering Palestinians and severely hampering peace talks. Despite growing calls for building work to stop, financial support for construction in the disputed territory comes from far and wide. And it's a source that's becoming harder to contain, as RT's Paula Sleer reports.
This is Hebron, the largest city in the West Bank. Home to nearly 200,000 Palestinians, it's sacred to Jews, Muslims and Christians as the place where Abraham, Sarah and their descendants are believed to be buried. For Jews, it's the second holiest city after Jerusalem, which is why 800 of them continue to live in the heart of the old city, despite the risks to their lives and to the soldiers who protect them. They can trace their ancestors back thousands of years and believe that Jewish presence in Hebron is vital. But they also depend heavily on money raised from around the world.
Most monies that come in are allocated to various projects. There's a woman who gave us money for a playground outside here, and we were able to renovate it and put down a rubber floor plastic for the children so that it wouldn't hurt when they fell down. We put in all new slides and swings, and we have playgrounds such as that in every neighborhood. We try to have very good medical care here. We have emergency medical crews and emergency medical equipment should it ever be needed, and we have daycare for the children.
A lot of the money comes from the Moskovitz Foundation. Irving Moskovitz is an American Jewish doctor and millionaire. He uses the profits from a bingo hall and casino he owns in California to fund not only the Hebron settlement, but dozens of other Israeli settlements in the West Bank that the American administration has urged Israel to stop building. Michael Cooper used to patrol the streets of Hawaiian Gardens, one of the poorest towns in California, where mostly Latino residents take their chances at the bingo tables.
I'm pretty sure people don't know that that's where the money's being. I myself didn't know at that point. And I think people would be a bit surprised, although I do think people in America are a bit naive to the situation over here. I mean, most people hear about it, recognize it. We have a large Jewish population in America, obviously, but most people don't know very much about Palestinians at all. So I think that most would be surprised.
But the Stop Moskovitz Foundation does, and was set up specifically to stop Moskovitz's fundraising efforts. It estimates that in the last 20 years he sent more than $160 million to Israel. Moskovitz, it says, is a real thorn to any future possible Mideast peace deal.
He has exploited a loophole in the civil laws of America. One of the things that the civil laws provides is for people to do charitable work under what is called a 501c3 and other such corporations. And they are not closely monitored. Neither are the monies closely accounted for. He walks between the drops of water, so to speak, and he is completely dry.
Moskovitz did not respond to our request for an interview. But the criticism is not enough to stop the reality on the ground. Palestinians in Hebron feel under siege, cut off from the heart of their city. Hani Abu Snene was born in Hebron and has lived in the city all his life. For 6 years, he's been unable to pass through the streets that were part of his childhood.
It is very, very difficult to reach our school there. The children still go, but it takes them a long time to get there. I remember Netanyahu, the Israeli prime minister, from the last time he was in power. He didn't do anything then, and he won't do anything now to help the situation.
Netanyahu says Israel will not build any new settlements, but can still expand existing ones. His message might pacify many in the international community, but to people on the ground, it's clear Moskovitz will continue sending money, and Palestinians will feel the brunt, at least for now. Paula Sleer, RT.